it's our privilege we have with us one most prominent saint from Ramakrishna Math Mission. I would like to share one thing. This is this one book by Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam himself, Ignited Minds. And in this book, if we go through, he has discussed about his life from his students, from his neighbors onwards. He discussed about his scientists, friends, and even in later life when he was president of India, people's president, he discussed with about the political leaders also. But only one thing which is most promising, that is, he has discussed only one personalities from our saint group of community. And in if we I am just reading the page 76. Kalam is writing, I was at Christ College, Rajkot, getting ready for a function there when there was a call from Swami Nikhileswarananda from Ramakrishna Mission. Yes, Swami Nikhileswarananda from Ramakrishna Mission. Swamiji requested me to visit his ashram and I had to agree. After the function at Christ College, I rushed to the ashram. It was the time for the evening bhajan, and so touched was I by the singer's screen invocation that I sat down with them for nearly 15 minutes, lost in meditation. Here too, I felt the same vibration as I did while meditating at Swami Vivekananda Hall, Porbandar, the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi. And at different line, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam discussed about the only one saint throughout the history of India. He is none other than our most respected Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj. So I would like to invite Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj to tell and to share his words of wisdom, especially his time which he paired with our most respected Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Over to Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj. Swami.
Namaskar. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashchit Dukh Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear friends, I'm extremely happy to meet all of you online, whosoever they are joining online. I send my greetings, I convey my best wishes, and I convey my best wishes for the forthcoming Deepavali celebration. In the outset, I am very much thankful to the organizers for giving me this opportunity of sharing my memories with Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam on his birthday. It's a great opportunity because I really miss him today. I really miss him. We had so many meetings. We traveled together by car, by flight, and we had so nice discussions. I remember all that on this day, on his birthday. So it's a great privilege for me to share some of the memories with you. Just now, as you heard, what he wrote in the book Ignited Minds, I'll start with that. You know, when I heard that Dr. Kalam had retired from DRDO and was now engaged in meeting the youngsters in all over the country for igniting them, I was very much impressed because Swami Vivekananda said, my faith is in the younger generation, the modern generation. Out of them will come the workers. And here is a man who is also trying to ignite the young minds for making India a developed country by 2020. I came across his book also, India 2020, A Vision of the New Millennium. And there I found he was talking with facts and figures about the the developed India that may come up within a few years. So that became very handy for me because whenever I used to talk to the youngsters, I've gone to hundreds of education institutions talking to thousands of students all over the country for the last 30 years. Whenever I would tell them that Swami Vivekananda said that India will become great, it will become so great that his past glory will fade into insignificance. He was not an astrologer, he was a visionary. And whatever he said has come true. So this also will come true that India will become a superpower. Nobody believed me at that time. But now this book was handy for me when a scientist like Dr. Kalam, facts and figures is telling, yes, India can become a developed country and in no distant future. So that's why I was very curious. So I thought, since he is already spreading indirectly the message of Swami Vivekananda, I should give some books of Swami Vivekananda to him, gift him, and that will enrich his knowledge and that will make him more inspired and more enthusiastic in his great mission of life. And let him come in touch with the great thoughts of Swami Vivekananda because he was a visionary. He has given the solutions to all the problems that we are facing today in the nation. So I wanted him to come in contact with Swami Vivekananda. So I was looking for an opportunity. Then I got his number and I telephoned. Then I told I want to talk to Dr. Kalam. Then Dr. Kalam said, I am Dr. Kalam speaking. I thought his PA was speaking, but he directly picked up the phone. And then I told him that, you see, we have, there was an earthquake on 26 January 2001, as you know, in Gujarat. So as is the tradition, Ramakrishna Mission started relief work and we spent about 20 crores of rupees in constructing 81 school buildings and 6 colonies in Gujarat. Out of it, 37 were constructed and 3 colonies were constructed in Porbandar, and I was the head of Porbandar Center at that time. So I told him that I would like that you inaugurate one of the school buildings and address the youth. So he said, yes, Swamiji, I will come, I'll come. Like that 2-3 times I told, but all the 2 times, Swamiji, I'm very busy. Then I heard that Dr. Kalam has come to Rajkot. He's going to come to Rajkot on 25th December 2001 in connection with a function in Christ College. So I took that opportunity. I came from Porbandar to Rajkot, our ashrama, and sent a message to him. Dr. Kalam, I have come all the way from Porbandar to Rajkot to give you personal invitation for coming to Porbandar. Where can I meet you? Whether at the airport or at your place of residence. Just see his humility. What a great personality. What a great man. And he is so much humble. He sent a message to me. Swamiji, you are a monk. I should come to meet you. And really he came on his way to the airport without our invitation. He came to the ashrama. Then we showed him the exhibition. And then Swamiji, he asked, Swamiji, they are telling you can't become a monk because you are not married. Is it so? I was perplexed because in our order, if you want to become a monk, you should be unmarried. And here he is telling that because you are not married, you can't become a monk. I could understand what was the problem. So since he was getting late for going to the flight, I said, I give a short reply. You see, Dr. Kalam, there are 2 types of flight. One is a hopping flight, Brahmacharya ashram, then Grihastha ashram, then Vanaprastha ashram, and then Sannyas ashram. But if that is though, then you must go through you must become a householder, then Vanaprastha and then Sannyas. But there is another direct flight also from Brahmacharya ashram to Sannyas ashram. And we, the monks of Ramakrishna order, have taken the direct flight. And Dr. Kalam, so simple, he became so happy. Okay, okay, sir, Swamiji, I will also take direct flight. Then we told, you are already a monk. You see, the dress does not make a monk, because the Gita says your unselfish service makes you monk, and you are already monk. So he was still more happy. Then we asked him whether he would like to go to the temple. He said, yes, Swamiji, yes, Swami. At that time, it was evening time, so it was the Vesper service was going on, evening Aarti was going on. So what we thought that we will not disturb the people who are sitting there in Aarti. At the same time, he was getting late for going to the airport. So we took him just outside, and we took him he put the shoes outside, and then he climbed the steps, and we wanted that from a distance he will see. But without our asking, without our this one, he just went inside, and all the way where our monks were singing the prayer, he sat down with them. And he sat down with them and entered into deep meditation. Now, what to do? Now, security people are telling Swamiji, what are you doing? It is getting late for the flight. So we told Dr. Kalam, it is getting late, but no reply. 2-3 times we said, no reply. Then ultimately we had to shake him like that. After shaking him, he got and says, Dr. Kalam, it is getting late for flight. Oh, then he got up, ran all the way from that side to the rear side of the temple. He went down the stairs. He took the shoes in his hand, did not wear it, and just ran to the car outside which was waiting. He sat inside the car and started wearing the shoes. So we asked him, Dr. Kalam, what happened? Dr. Kalam said, Swamiji, the music was divine. It entered into my ears. Then it entered into my heart. And then it entered into my soul. And I was lost. These are the only words he used. And I was lost in meditation. But it was so deep meditation. Afterwards, in his book Ignited Minds also he said, I was lost in meditation both at Rajkot and at Porbandar, in the room in which Swami Vivekananda had stayed, in the Vivekananda Memorial. That he had written down in his book Ignited Minds just now. It was read out. But another thing, when he went to Calcutta for inaugurating the library of the ancestral place of Swami Vivekananda where he was born, during that time, he told, I like all the places when I go to Ramakrishna Mission, there are some special vibrations. And then he said, when I went to Rajkot and the evening prayer was going on, and that time I entered in deep meditation, and for the first time I came to know that time becomes indeterminate at one stage. Just imagine what he says. Time becomes indeterminate at one stage. So he went beyond time, space and causation. So he did not use the word samadhi. But this is what exactly it is, a deep meditation he went through. So just imagine what is the purity of mind. His mind is so pure that when there is a divine atmosphere, when there is a spiritual atmosphere, his mind goes beyond time. That is the speciality. There is intense spirituality. His intense purity of mind. That is what attracted me. And that is why we used to keep a close contact. So this was afterwards when he was going, I asked, I have come all the way from Porbandar to give you a personal invitation. So you have to come to Porbandar. Dr. Kalam said, yes, Swamiji, I'll come in future. Then I said, and we will also organize a big youth convention. All the youths will be there. Then he became enthusiastic. Yes, Swamiji, surely I'll come. So then again, 2-3 times I telephoned. He said, no, Swamiji, I'm very busy. So I lost hopes. Suddenly, one fun morning, I'm receiving a call from Dr. Kalam. He said, Dr. Kalam said, I'm Dr. Kalam speaking. Yes, I'm Dr. Kalam. You see, Swamiji, I'm going to Prasla. Prasla is about 150 to 56 kilometers from Porbandar. So I have to go to I'll go to Porbandar airport for going to Prasla. I said, really, very nice. So you had promised that when you come to Porbandar, you will come to our ashrama. You will come for, yes, yes, Swamiji. Let me see, let me see. Then second day, again he himself is telephoning. Swamiji, I'm sorry, the flight timings have changed. Now, instead of 12:30, it will reach 1:30 at Prasla, and I will have to straight drive to Prasla. There's no time. Anyway, Swamiji, I'll make a special program for you. I said, Dr. Kalam, in the meanwhile, these youngsters have become mad and they are so happy, they'll become very disappointed if they listen to this. And Dr. Kalam asked, is there any another flight? Another flight? He said, no, no, only one flight from Bombay to Porbandar at that time. Then suddenly I had a thought in my mind. Yes, but there is a morning flight from Bombay to Rajkot. If you come to Rajkot, we'll take care of your car journey from Rajkot to Porbandar, and then this can be done. Okay, Swamiji, let me see. Let you know. Third day, again he himself is telephoning. Swamiji, I am coming. I'll come to Rajkot. You arrange my trip from Rajkot to Porbandar in the morning, and then I'll have your program with you. And after lunch, I will go to Prasla for the youth convention. And I said, Dr. Kalam, thank you very much. And he kept his promise. On 13 February 2002, both of us started by car from Rajkot to Porbandar. We had lot of discussions, and he was so curious. It was 3 hours journey, but when the journey ended, we did not know because so many things he started asking. He said, Swamiji, please tell some inspiring incidents from the life of Swami. And I told so many things, how a Muslim fakir had saved the life of Swamiji in Almora. He did not know about it. And then he told something about Ramakrishna. Then I told how Ramakrishna practiced all religions, including Islam. Very, very much interested. Then I said, did he marry? I said, yes, he married. But that marriage was a very peculiar type of marriage. He had, his wife was Sharda Devi, but he worshipped his wife as Divine Mother and they did not have a marital relationship, though both were married to each other. And Holy Mother looked upon him as God and Sri Ramakrishna looked upon her as Divine Mother. And then I told how the Holy Mother Sharda Devi, she used to pour so much of love on a Muslim dacoit called Amjad and all that. So all these stories, and he was so much happy. And we did not know when the car entered the gate of our Vivekananda Memorial. Then after that, we took him to the room in which Swami Vivekananda stayed in Vivekananda Memorial. As soon as he sat down, again he went into deep meditation. Again we had to shake him because it was getting late. I tell Dr. Kalam, it is getting late. Only 3,000 students are waiting there from long time for you. So we just took a cup of tea and little snacks, and then we went to the school, that Vivekananda school. Vivekananda Vidya Mandir is the name given to that Bhav Singh school. And he inaugurated the school. Then he talked to 3,000 youth. Wonderful speech he gave. I'll share only one thought. He said in that speech on 13 February 2002, mind you, that time he has not yet become president. He was a Bharat Ratna. So he said that he was asked, what is the source of your inspiration? Dr. Kalam said, normally I do not leak out this secret, but this is the right place to leak out this secret. Then he said, I was in 8th standard, I was the monitor of my school, and my headmaster called me. He said, tonight you bring all the children to the school at midnight, 15th August midnight. They have to listen to the running commentary on radio. No TV at that time, radio. Because India will become independent and that running commentary must be heard by the students. So I say I was the monitor. I called all the students. So we listened to the running commentary and we listened to the speech of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. But of course, we did not know Hindi at that time. We knew only English, a little bit of English and Tamil only. But anyway, We were very happy. Then Dr. Kalam said, next day in the newspapers, I saw two photographs. One photograph showing Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru hoisting the Indian flag on the Red Fort, and we were very happy to see that India has become independent. By the side of that first photograph was another photograph, and that second photograph was my school education, was my college education, as was my life education. That is what it was. And what was that photograph? That photograph was showing when the whole country was rejoicing over the independence of the nation, one person who sacrificed his maximum and worked hard, very, very hard for achieving this independence was not enjoying. He was walking barefooted on the streets of Kolkata, wiping the tears of the people who had become victims during that unfortunate incident that happened immediately after the independence. He said that photograph changed my life. I could understand what is the nobility of leadership. Here is a leader who has brought independence, who has worked, and because of him the independence come. He does not take any power position, nothing. What a leadership! What a leader! Not only that he is not enjoying, even at that time, when the time of enjoyment has come, he is wiping the tears of people. I could understand what is the nobility of leadership. Leader is a person who does not crave for name and fame or for the power and position, who just works for the people, works with a vision, and gives the credit to others. Wonderful and nobility of leadership lesson that I heard. So these are the things that he told, and they were very, very nice question answer session, and I will not go into the details. Then I told in my vote of thanks, he is not a Bharat Ratna, he is a Vishwaratna. He is going to become great. This I told on 13th February 2002. Within 4 months, he became the President of India, Rashtrapati. Nobody had imagined at that time. Of course, it was very much unexpected. But when his name was announced, then everybody knew that he is going to become president. Though it is not announced, the election will take place, but that is for the namesake. So I telephoned him. He was at that time the professor of Anna University. He came all the way to take the telephone from the guest house. And I told Dr. Kalam, I want to give you advance congratulations. Because once you go to Rashtrapati Bhavan, you will become inaccessible. Then Dr. Kalam in his character style said, not for you, Swamiji, not for you. You know, yesterday only I remembered you. How? Yesterday was the first big press conference on the eve of becoming president. His name is not yet announced, election is not over, but everybody knows. So they asked the press people, what is your message to the nation? And Dr. Kalam told me, Swamiji, I told them, I want to give the same message that I gave at Porbandar while talking to 3,000 youths. What is that? Swamiji you may not be knowing, because when you were giving vote of thanks, one girl came up to the stage, to the dais on me and took my autograph. And then she asked, what is your message for us? Then I told that girl, and he told me I gave the same message to the people, to the press reporters, that I want to give the same message to the nation, which I gave to that girl on that day. What is that? My dear daughter, you will grow with the idea embedded in your mind that nation is more important than the individual. And that is my nation for the India today. This is the message he gave on the eve of becoming Rashtrapati. So he told me, Swamiji, I was remembering yesterday only. But in any case, when he became Rashtrapati, I kept a little distance, because after all, he has become so busy. But I wrote a beautiful letter to him, and he replied also that appreciative feelings. I told that Swami Vivekananda had told that what we want for our nation is Islamic body and Vedantic brain. And what a great coincidence that an Islamic body Dr. Kalam with having Islamic body with a Vedantic brain. He used to read Upanishads Gita. I said, what a strange coincidence in Islamic body with Vedantic brain. He is now on the top position of the country. So he gave a brief reply. Swamiji, I appreciate your feelings. I had also attached the letter Swami Vivekananda had written to Muhammad Sarfaraz Hussain of Nainital, who later became Swami Muhammadananda. So all these things he did not know. I said, and then on 16th April 2003, I think we are exceeding the time. Anyway, there are so many things to share. I will just end with that. So 16th April 2003, I met him and I handed him over for handing over that video. I had gone there. Now I was just little bit um, worried as to how he will behave with me or how I should behave with him. Now he has become Rashtrapati. Earlier, yes, before that I must tell you that day 13th February 2002, when this his lecture was over, he went to see the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi and came to Ashrama, our Vivekananda Memorial, and took lunch. Then he started for Prasla. Now it so happened that same evening he had to take a flight from Rajkot to Bombay on to Chennai, Madras, Chennai. And I had to take the same evening the flight from Rajkot to Bombay on to Banaras for delivering lecture in the centenary celebration of Varanasi. So, so when I went by car from Porbandar to Rajkot and I sat down in the aircraft, I did not know that he's going by the same flight. Now he entered the last because he is having Z plus category, and even at that time he had Z plus category, being Bharat Ratna. So when he saw me on the aircraft, Swamiji, you are going with the same flight. I want to sit near you like a child. I said, okay, I will come to you. No, Swamiji, you are a monk. I should come to you. See the humility. Then I told the young man who was sitting by my side, you go, Dr. Kalam, sit. He wants to sit near me. He was reluctant, but anyway, he went, and then Dr. Kalam sat down. And Dr. Kalam said, Swamiji, morning you told so many nice things about Swami Vivekananda. Please tell something more. Then again I started telling how Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose and all of them, they got inspiration from the books of Swami Vivekananda. And like that I was telling. Suddenly the flight touched Bombay airport, landed. Dr. Kalam, Swamiji, Bombay has come so quickly. I want to learn so many more things. Anyway, it is one of the greatest days of my life. I have learned so many things about great people. This is what he told. So this was on 13th February 2002. And then 13th February, that is on 13th February 2002, and 16th April 2003 when I went to Rashtrapati Bhavan, before I gave him something, I could give him something, he gave me a big basket of fruits. And then I had taken that video that we had prepared and some books of Swami Vivekananda and all that, and a photograph and all that. He said, Swamiji, you brought so many things for me. Then I said, jokingly said, what can I bring for you? Like a fakir, I have come to meet an emperor. What can I give for you? Just imagine his humility. Immediately said, only one emperor, Swamiji. We are servants of the same emperor. You see, immediately he says, only one emperor, God. We are servants of the same emperor. I told, I am like a fakir coming to meet an emperor like Sudama. I come from Sudamapuri. So what can I give you? Only a few books and all that. But he said, Swamiji, only one emperor. So see his humility. That is his greatness. No ego, leadership. So many virtues that he has got. Anyway, so we had a lot of discussion, and then I said, Dr. Kalam, even if you bring the wealth of the whole World Bank, the poverty will not go. May GDP growth make it. Why, Swamiji? Why? I said, for the rampant corruption in the country today. Then he became very mysterious. Yes, Swamiji, you're true. What is the solution, Swamiji? I said, only one solution. What we should have done on 15th August 1947, we should do it now. What is that? Swami Vivekananda said, education alone is the panacea of all our evils. But what type of education? Swami Vivekananda said, what we want is man-making education, character-building education. But that is still not there in our schools and colleges. That has to be done. Swamiji said, Dr. Kalam said, Swamiji, you are right. Let us work together. And then I said, We are starting Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture at Porbandar for the same reason, for imparting value education. And we want that you should inaugurate it. Dr. Kalam said, yes, Swamiji, I'll come. And he came. He kept his promise. On 12th January 2006, on the birthday of Swami Vivekananda National Youth Day celebration, he came to Porbandar. First, he had come Porbandar without becoming president. Now he came as Rashtrapati, as President of India, and he addressed 5,000 youths that we had gathered at that day. He inaugurated the Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture, and then talked about Swami Vivekananda. He said Swami Vivekananda is not a leader only of India. He's a global leader. He's a leader of the whole planet. He's a great personality of the whole planet. And then he told how Swami Vivekananda had inspired Jamshedji Tata to start Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore while they were traveling together in the same ship from Japan to Chicago. All these things he told. And there was a question answer session. And so many beautiful questions are there, were there. I don't have time to share, but at least I will share one question. One student stood up and said, Sir, Operation Duryodhan, Operation Chakravyuh, and other operations have revealed the tip of the iceberg that is rampant corruption in the country today. As the President of India, how do you feel about it? And where do you think lies the solution? So Dr. Kalam stood up and said, you see, the parliament has already taken some action on those MPs. And then he took out a book of Swami Vivekananda and started reading a passage from the book of Swami Vivekananda. In Swami Vivekananda says, no number of parliament acts can make a nation good, can make a nation great. Then what can make a nation good and what can make a nation great? Again he started reading. Only a large number of good enlightened citizens can make a nation good, can make a nation great. And then he said, and the government cannot produce good people, and the government will not produce good people. That also it. Then who can do it? He says only three persons can do it. Who are the three? Father, mother, and the teacher. So just imagine how much he had faith in the teachers. Great role model for teachers. And so at that time he had told this one, and afterwards on 22nd August 2006, I went to him, again met him at Rashtrapati Bhavan for the third time and handed him over the video that we had prepared on that function. And I said, your lecture was very much appreciated and people are still talking about it. Now in the meanwhile, I have been transferred to Baroda. So now we want to have organized a program. So on 12th January 2007, we want you at Baroda. Dr. Kalam says, you see Swamiji, my term is ending in June. So before that, I have to wind up so many things. So perhaps I will not get time. I said, what? We want you to continue as president. What he said, Swamiji, I don't want to be the president of India. I am a born teacher. I want to be teacher only. Just imagine. Imagine he's telling, I don't want to be the president of India. I want to be a teacher. I'm a born teacher. And really it so happened. As soon as he left Rashtrapati Bhavan, went once again to same Anna University, become a professor. Before that he went to his village to see his teacher was very much old and was sick. First saw him, then came to Anna University, started teaching. 27th July 2015 he passed away. 2 days before that he was asked this question, Dr. Kalam, how would you like to be remembered? As the missile man or people's president? He said, I would like to be remembered as a teacher. I want to die teacher, die as a teacher. I may be scientist, I may be anything, but basically I'm a teacher and I want to die while teaching. And really, he died while teaching. He was talking to the students of IIM Shillong, as you know, 27, and suddenly he fell down and passed away. His desire was fulfilled. Whole life he was a teacher. He was a born teacher. He died as a teacher. What a wonderful thing. In fact, my last meeting with Dr. Kalam was at Vadodara Airport on 23rd of April 2015. And I told we are going to have an International Youth Conference and also we are hang to a pre-parliament event as a prelude to the World Parliamentary that is going to be held in Salt Lake City. So we are going to have a pre-parliament event on 9th August 2015 at Baroda. He said, surely Swamiji, I'll come. He had promised. We had printed his name. Invitation cards were printed, published. But suddenly we got the news on 27th July that he has passed away. It was a great shock to me. And I was at that time for a speech, for a program in Bombay, so I could not go to attend his last rites. But anyway, I saw it online. Whatever it is, I miss him very badly. But really, when I remember his admiration for Swami Vivekananda, I asked him this question, Swamiji, why you want to know so much about Swami Vivekananda? And immediately he replied, Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda is a rare saint who converted religion into practical spirituality. See the word he has used. I think Dr. Kalam says he is a rare personality, he is a rare saint, not personality, rare saint who converted religion into practical spirituality. As you know, Swami Vivekananda preached the message of serving humanity irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, nationality, and that's why he started Ramakrishna Mission for serving the humanity. So he's talking about practical spirituality, and that is the thing that Dr. Kalam liked in Swami Vivekananda. So we had a lot of discussions. We have met so many times, but I miss him. But at the same time, today when his birthday, let us remember his message of igniting the young minds. It's a great responsibility for us. Let us remember his passion for being a great teacher. Let all the teachers learn the passion of a teacher from him. Let all the students learn how they have to be ignited by and how we have to all work together for making India a developed country, because his vision of 2020 developed country has not yet come true. But we can march forward. We can remember Dr. Kalam, we can remember the message of Swami Vivekananda. And I personally feel, I told him also, don't think Dr. Kalam you are speaking. It is Swami Vivekananda speaking through you. So he became very much amazed. He said, what are you telling? I said, yes. Then I asked him, yesterday what did you say? And then I brought out a book, Swami Vivekananda book, My India, India Eternal. And I showed him one portion. Huh? Same thing Swami Vivekananda said in 1897. You are telling now. Same words. How is it coming? It is Swami Vivekananda sitting on your shoulders. That is why. So he started laughing. So anyway, we had a very nice interaction with Dr. Kalam. I remember him, and let us work together for making India a developed country. That would be the best tribute that we can pay to Dr. Kalam. Thank you again very much to all the organizers and Mr. Anjan Banik ji for inviting me for this program. Thank you very much.